This is how you play Our Prayer by Brian Wilson. First section of the song starts out like this. Right hand is playing G flat, B flat, E flat. Left hand is going to start off playing an E flat. Next chord, right hand, same notes as before, except the top E flat is going to shift down to a D flat, and your left hand is going to play an F note. Next chord, right hand is going to play E flat, A flat, C. Left hand is going to play a G flat. Final chord in this section, your right hand is going to play E flat, G flat, B flat. Your left hand is going to play a B flat, but before you play these notes and chords, you have to strike the A flat in between as you are transitioning from this chord to this chord. So all together it's going to sound like this. That is the first section. Second section. Your right hand is going to play similar notes to before in the chord that you just played at the end of the first section, except instead of E flat, B flat, or E flat, G flat, B flat, your thumb is going to move from the E flat down to a D flat. And your left hand is going to play a G flat. So first chord in the second section is this, just like that. Second chord, so you're going to hold down the B flat from the first chord, but you're going to remove your index finger or whatever finger you happen to be using to hit the middle note in this chord. You're just going to be playing two note chords from this point forward for this particular section. So two fingers really are all that is needed. So you're holding down the high B flat, but your thumb is going to move over to a E flat from the D flat, and your left hand is going to play a B. Next chord, you're still holding down the high B flat from before in the right hand. Your thumb is then going to shift back to the D flat, and your left hand is going to play a B flat and an F. Next chord, you're still holding down that high B flat. Your thumb is going to drop from the D flat to a D. Your left hand is going to play A flat F. So once again, from the top of this section. And this is the final chord in this section. You're finally going to strike the B flat again, and along with it, you're going to strike the E flat. In your left hand, you're going to play B flat, G. So all together, this section will sound like this. That is the end of the second section. Third section starts off on this chord. This chord is A flat, C, E flat. Next chord, in your right hand, you're going to play D and F. In the left hand, you're going to play B flats, just like this. In your right hand for the next chord, you're going to play a G and a E flat, and your left hand is going to play D flat, B flat. So from before, when you were playing B flats like this, the low B flat is going to shift up to a D flat. So once again from the top. Next chord, both the right and the left hand are going to be playing the same chord. C, A flat, C, A flat, both in both hands. So once again from the top. Next chord after that, right hand is going to play B flat and F. your left hand is going to be playing D and B flat. Next chord after that, you're going to still hold down the B flat high up in the right hand from before, but you're going to shift the other note from an F to a G. And in the left hand, you're going to play E flat, B flat. Next chord, right hand, it's going to shift up a little bit, and it's going to play D flat and A flat. In your left hand, you're going to play F and D flat. You're going to hold down the chord in the right hand from before, just prior, that A flat and D flat. Your left hand is then going to play a G flat and an E flat. Next chord after that, your right hand is going to play a C and an A flat. Your left hand is playing an A flat and an E flat. Next chord after that, you're still going to hold down the C in your right hand, but you're going to shift the other notes from an A flat over to a G flat. And in your left hand, you're going to be playing A and E flat. Final chord is in your right hand, you're going to play F and B flat, and in the left hand, you're going to play B flat and E flat. So all together, it sounds like this. And we end on B flat, D flat as the conclusion of this section. So once again, this section will sound like this in completion. One more time. That's the third section. The fourth section is actually a repeat of the first section. Same pattern to the chords and the notes. The only difference is we're going to end a little bit differently this time. So if you need a refresher for what I played the first time around for this section, go and rewind the video. But I'm just going to quickly play it here. This is how we end it this time around. We're going to play E flat, D flat, and we're just going to strike those notes softly to resolve this section. The next section, you're going to play in the right hand F, B flat, D flat, and the left hand you're going to start out playing a B flat. After that, you're going to hold down the B flat and the D flat in the right hand, but you're going to shift your thumb from playing the F in the right hand over to playing an E flat. And in the left hand, you're going to play a G. Next chord, your right hand is playing E flat, A flat, C. Your left hand is going to play an A flat. So once again, you're going to hold down that same chord for the next portion of this section. Same as before, but your left hand is going to play a G flat next. And then you're going to transition to this chord, which In the right hand, we have an F and a B flat, and in the left hand, we have an F. Next, we're going to take our finger off of the F, and we're going to strike the E flat instead, while still holding down this high B flat in our right hand. And we're going to hold the F in our left hand as we strike the E flat. Still hold down the high B flat in our right hand, but we're then going to strike the D as the other note from where we were playing the E flat before, and we're also going to play along with it a B flat here. Hold in the right hand for this next section, but your left hand's going to shift from playing this low B flat to playing a D and a B flat together. Just like that. So it will sound like this. And this is the final chord in this section. Right hand is playing a G flat and B flat. Left hand is playing E flat and B flat. Give this final chord a good strike, just so it sounds as it should. And that's the end of that section. The next section is a repeat of the third section from before. But just like how we ended differently when we played the first section for the fourth section, we're also going to end slightly differently this time when we play the third section for this next section. So before, when we ended this section, we played B flat, D flat, but we're also this time around going to introduce this high B flat along with it. So once again. Oops. One more time, sorry. That's the end of that section. Next section, right hand is going to be playing a D flat, A flat, and your left hand is going to play B flat, F. So this next chord, you're going to hold down the D flat in the right hand, but the A flat is then going to become a G. And in the left hand, you're going to play an E flat. Just like that. Next chord, right hand is going to play a G flat, C. Left hand is going to play A. Excuse me. Then when you transition to the next chord, you're going to hold down the C in the right hand, but you're going to play an F as the other note. And your left hand is going to go from an A to an A flat. Next chord, right hand is playing a B flat and E. Left hand is playing G. Take your finger off of the E, but hold down the B flat in your right hand, and your left hand is going to strike the G flat for this next instance of playing, whatever you want to call it in this instance, chord, whatever, progression. Then While still holding down the B flat in the right hand, you're going to strike the following notes: E flat and C. So this particular portion of this section is gonna end like that. So altogether, this portion of this section will sound like this. Next chord in this section, right hand is playing E flat, A, and your left hand is playing C, F. And then the final chord of this section, your right hand is going to play a D flat and a B flat, and your left hand is playing B flat, F. So all together from the top, this section will sound like this. There we go. Final section of the song. Your right hand is going to play A flat and B flat. Your left hand is going to play F and D flat. Next chord. Right hand is playing G flat, B flat. Left hand is playing G flat, D flat. Next chord, you're going to still hold down the B flat from before. So you're holding it down this time, not striking it. But your other note in the right hand is going to go down from a G flat to an F. And in the left hand, you're going to be playing A flat and D flat, excuse me. Just like that. Oops, sorry. Wait, hold up. I'm supposed to hold down this B flat, excuse me. There we go. Still holding down the B flat for this next chord. In your right hand, the other note is going to be an E flat. And your left hand is going to move down from up here. It's going to shift to down here, and you're going to be playing B flat and G flat. And this is the next chord. You're going to strike the B flat now. So before we were holding it for a couple of chords, now we're going to strike it along with a D. And in the left hand, we're playing B flat and F. So we were playing B flat and G flat before, so we're just going to move our thumb down to the F. That high Brian Wilson falsetto is a high F. So if you use the sustain pedal on your piano, you should still maintain the notes that you struck before and be able to hit the high F. So once again, this section will sound like this from the top. Oops, sorry, one more time, my hand slipped. Oh, wait, hold up. And then the last chord of this song, your right hand is going to stay right where it was, playing that B flat and D. Your left hand is going to play B flat, F, B flat. So that is the final chord of the song. So from the top, this section will sound like this. Oops, sorry, misclicked there. And that is how you play Our Prayer. If you are watching this video and have any tutorial requests for any of the other piano covers that I post on my channel, please leave a comment in the comment section and leave your request for me there. All right. Thank you so much. Peace.